Today, I'm going to show you guys how I got $1,600 worth of plugins for only $40. Let's check it out. I just want to preface this video by saying this is just a quick demo, just showcasing them. I didn't read about these. This is my first time jumping into these plugins and products, so I don't know everything about them, and I kind of went in blind, so don't expect a full in-depth analysis. This is just me going through some presets, playing around with a few different knobs, showing you what they do. Because if I went through a full in-depth knob of their best application and how to use them, blah, 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 we'd be here for 12 hours. This is just me slapping them on a master track, showing you what they do, what they kind of sound like. And if you think they're worth it for you, then go check them out. But anyways, let's jump into it. So now I'm here over on Plugin Boutique, and you can see my orders from February 4th, which was earlier today, late last night actually. I got all these packs of great plugins. And it only cost me 23, it says euros, but I think it was actually Great British pounds. So it cost me like $40 Canadian or like 32 American dollars. So yeah, not too bad. Cause like if we go look at one of them, like we can go look at Nevo. I can't even remember what this is, but regularly 179 bucks, got it for 8. So already way ahead. Let's go look at my products. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of what I got. So like, it only looked like I got like 6 products, but a lot of them were bundles that had like 4 to 5 products each, and they were only $5 or $6 for things that are regularly $80, $90, $100, $200. So definitely go check this out after this. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to install all of these, and we're going to test them out and see if it's even worth it. But I can't imagine that they would be not worth it for the price that they're at. Like, just go get them. I'll come back, jump in FL Studio, we'll play around, see how they sound, and you can decide for yourself. Be right back. Okay, I'm at the point where I've got them all downloaded. Now it's time to start the actual installing. And then, finally, we can test them out. It's been a long, grueling day of downloading and installing, okay? Okay, so here's a bit of the tedious part. Some of them I do have to sign up for, register the product. But for the fact that some of these are free or like $2, $3 each, it's worth it. And as you can see, I've got like 7 things downloading right now. We'll come back to that after. Okay, so now we're finally in FL Studio, and now for the fun part. We've found all of our new plugins. We're going to load them up. And as you can see, I'm still in trial mode. I use my Windows PC, but I'll unlock it after this. But let's just start. Let's just put in our new things. So we got Evade. Actually, let's do it by vendor, because a lot of these are from SoundSpot. I got Access to Cyclone. Oh my god. I don't know why this does this. Like, I'm not scrolling, but if you use like the wheel, it just goes by itself. So annoying. Okay. We got Glitch, Kara, Kickbox, MSW2, Nevo, Obrit, Cyclone. We got Paradox, Percolate, Propane, Ravage, Renegade, and VoxBox. And I think that's it. Okay, so that's it for all the new ones. I'm going to load them up on each individual channel, and we'll go from there, and we'll see how they sound. I'm just going to use random stuff. I'm not going to use this on an exact track yet, but we'll see where it goes. Okay, so here we are, finally in FL Studio. We're going to jump in. I'm just going to route this to a track, and honestly, all we're going to do is just dump the effects on it. I'm going to pull up each one, talk about it for a second, show you some of the parameters, see what it sounds like. We'll move on to the next one because we have like 10 or 15 to get through. And I shot this video once, actually, and I didn't have my DAW audio routed, so you guys didn't get to hear anything. So here we go again, proper attempts. Okay, so this first one is called Axis. It is a multi-band compressor and imager, so it's kind of like Ozone Imager in the fact that it's got a compressor built into it. So I'll show you what I mean. It can split mids and sides, and this is what it sounds like. So yeah, definitely kind of cool. As you can see, it's got a mid gain, a side gain, and then you can pan individually your mid and your side, which is kind of interesting. A lot of application there, especially with like, you know, different synths and stuff. Make them really wide, kind of give them different directions and spaces. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's like any multi-band. You can adjust the bands, adjust the compression on each band individually, change the image on each band individually, and then it comes with a nice little metering system to kind of show you where you're at. And yeah, it's pretty simple, but pretty nice. Definitely a lot of applications, and honestly a good start. Worth the few dollars I paid, so I cannot complain. It also has quite a few presets, as you can see. You can just go to load and you can see that there's a bunch of different presets that you can just select and open pretty easily. Okay, next, now we have Cyclone. This one's great. This is a nice mastering compressor, tube emulated analog compressor. It sounds fantastic, and it's yeah, I'll just show you. This is what it sounds like. So this is bypass right now. Turning on a little bit of compression. So yeah, it gives it a nice saturation, distortion, really gets it nice and crunchy, thick, full, rich. So I'm going to play it and then bypass. Obviously it's not a unity gain, so it's going to sound a little bit better no matter what, but just to give you an idea. So this is on right now, this is on. Now bypass. So yeah, you can really hear it saturating the kicks. It sounds great, sounds nice. I think I paid like $2, $3, $4, $5 for this. Super worth it. Sounds great. Gonna be good on a master bus, gonna be good on drums, gonna be good on anything that you want to push. Give that nice warm analog crushy sound to. Definitely worth the money, so consider getting this one. Let's jump into another one and see what we have. Here we have a Vade, which is like a Nicky Romero Kickstarter. It's essentially a sidechain. Has quite a few options. You can change the timing anywhere from a 30-second bar all the way up to 32 bars per cycle on the envelope. So this is what it sounds like. Obviously meant mostly for sidechaining bass to your kick and electronic, dubstep, but even hip hop. You use it on your bass. You can use it on a lot of different things. You can use it on guitars, vocals if you want. So it comes with its standard shape, but it also has a load of presets that you can go through. And a few other features such as frequency, where it starts, where it ends. Yeah, smoothing, phase adjustments. Like there's quite a few different options. So if you're looking for something to sidechain for your electronic or music or whatever, this is worth getting because the whole pack with this in it was $5 or $6 Canadian dollars, so like $3 American dollars or $4 American dollars, and like 2-3 British pounds, couple euros. Like so cheap, so worth it. Even if you're not an electronic producer or music maker, you might want to consider getting it. Okay, so here now we have Fat 2. It's a simple kind of modulating filter. Sounds really great. I really like it. Has a lot of different like effects to wash out, give resonances, but I'll let you take a listen. So this is just default how it comes when you turn it on. Now we're just gonna flip through a few presets. So as you can see, it modulates. You can adjust the resonance. There's all these filter shapes, different kinds you can mess with, adjust. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So you can see that this is the envelope and the filter. or sorry, that's the filter, this is the envelope in here. You can draw your own. 2 different envelopes, you can adjust the speed. Super straightforward, super good UI, super lightweight, sounds cool, does a lot of different things. I'll just show you a few more presets so you can get a better idea. Yeah, so pretty cool, pretty simple, straightforward, but great for the value. So let's move on to another one. I think we've done about 4 now, and I think we have like 10 or 15 total, so I'm kind of trying to pick up the pace because on my first recording, I talked and we had like a 40-minute video. I don't really want a 40-minute video, so we're gonna keep it moving. Okay, here we have Glitch. Glitch, this is pretty similar to the D-Blue line of products. These are obviously the SoundSpot products, as you can see, but the D-Blue Glitch, it's a little bit more simplified, not quite as robust, but it does have some cool features for electronic music. So I'll just show you what it sounds like by default. So yeah, it's pretty simple. It's not as in-depth or as robust as the other Glitch type of plugins, but it definitely has some uses for electronic breakdowns, really vibey, trancey stuff, getting like that kind of psychedelic vibe. So it's not my personal favorite, but I can definitely see where it has uses in other genres. So yeah, pretty sweet. Okay, so next here we have Kara. I really like this one. I don't know a whole lot about it. It's sort of like a filter / delay thing. Anyways, I'll just show you and you'll understand. So I'm just going to bypass it now. So you can see, yeah, it's kind of like a dynamic filter in the fact that like it has 2 different channels of delay. You have a normal and a ping pong variation. You can adjust between quarter, eighth. You can adjust these times. You can adjust the frequencies. You can adjust the attack. Honestly, just a super cool delay filter type thing. I think it's great. Super happy to have it, and I know I'm going to be using a lot for breakdowns and just like intros and stuff like that to a lot of songs. So really good for the value. SoundSpot's been making some great stuff. Like I found this on Plugin Boutique, whole pack for like $6-7, and I got like 10 or 5 plugins in each, so super worth it. Okay, so now we have Kickbox. I just pulled this up. I just put some kicks into the channel rack here just so you can kind of see what it does. So it's pretty simple. It's for your kicks, obviously, making them a little bit more punchier, clickier, adjusting the boxiness, adding some warmth, stuff like that. Super cool. I'm going to be using this one a lot, I can already tell. So I'll just bypass it for you so you can hear the kick. Now I'm going to start adding things in one at a time. So I'm going to use the warmth function, boxiness, and now the click. And then you can adjust the frequency and the adjustment of those. So like, let's say we want like lots of kick. Let's bring it up like 6 dB at like the 2K hertz. There we go. And then let's add some more warmth at like 100 hertz. And then, yeah, let's just see what that sounds like. Obviously, you can apply some compression if you want. Get a really nice sound. I think it makes kicks sound great. You can get a nice, unique sound out of what you got going on. And yeah, super nice UI, super easy. The only downside is it's not super responsive. You do have to click a few times. The dragging doesn't really work. It doesn't sometimes work while you're playing, but other than that, super fantastic plugin. I like it, and yeah, nothing more to say, just a super good plugin. So next here we have MSW2. This one's kind of interesting. It's a stereo widener with sort of like a 2-band idea kind of going on. I'll show you what I mean. It also has modulation, but I'll just show you. So now we're completely mono. So this is the low end. This is the low end. This is the high end. Let's widen the high end back up. Widen the low. And then you can obviously blend between the two. That's why it's like a 2-band. And then you can also add modulation to it, but I'll just show you. I definitely find it kind of weird, and I don't know what you'd use this for. I'm sure someone somewhere would have a good use, but there's so many imaging products out there, like even the Axis that I showed earlier, and then Isotope Imager and Fruity Stereo Separator and Fruity Stereo Image, that this weird 2-band thing doesn't really make sense to me, but maybe there's a use I'm not understanding yet, but I'll just show you with the modulation. And you also can't do anything live, because I'll show you, watch this, when I move it while it's playing back. So you wouldn't be able to change your separation point by automating it, because you just end up getting crackling. So it's a cool idea, and I'm sure there's a use for it somewhere. I just don't really know what I would use it for, but still super good. I'm glad it's included with the bundle. Worth the money, just not maybe the forefront of the best stereo separators. Got Nevo. This is another SoundSpot. This is a clipper. I like it. It makes everything sound nice and rich. I'll just show you. It's pretty straightforward. Every knob does exactly what it says it does. Let's just take a listen. Yeah, so no presets with this one, but you can see exactly what it does. It's just a driver clipper, like a hard or soft clipper, just to give it kind of like that crunchy, driven, distorted sound. I think this would be really good on drums, 808s, guitars, like basses even. Just a great plugin, super nice UI, super easy to use, super responsive. Honestly, probably some of the best value in this whole bundle. Okay, next we have Obrit. This is just a transient editor designer, they call it, whereas I would say it's more of a transient booster, as there's no way to reduce transients, but you can add. So let's just take a listen, and I'll show you guys what it does. Listen to the kicks and the snares mostly. So this is bypass now. Now with it back on. So very sharp, very harsh, and you can actually change it to a more of a sustained boost like this. And there's obviously a mix knob, but it would be super good if you have a track where your drums maybe aren't punching right. You could definitely bring them out a little bit more. I love it. It's lightweight, it's easy, it's consistent, it does what it says it's supposed to do. It does it well. The only downside is it calls it a transient designer, but again, like, you can't really reduce transients. Like if you have an over transient track, it only brings them back in. So that could be a downside, but I think it's great for what it's supposed to do. Anyways, let's move on to another one. Okay, next up we have Paradox. This one's super dope. This is an inverse EQ in a way. So what it does is it kind of contradicts itself. So it boosts a really sharp bell, but then kind of cuts a curve below it. So you get these really like resonant, interesting frequencies. So I'll show you what it does here. So as you can see, the red line is the one that you're kind of boosting or you're choosing the location of, and then it gives you a sharper bell, and then the opposite, it gives you like a kind of a wide bell, and that is on the opposite side. So you can see your red is your boost or your cut, and the blue is the inverse, and then your white is the total like EQ change. So it's kind of cool. It gives you like these resonant kind of frequency sweeps. You can automate this. You can do a lot of cool stuff and get some unique sounds on drums and leads and stuff. And then you also have your compressor here, which is just your standard compressor. I'm not going to go through it. It has all the normal stuff: ratio, attack, release, makeup gain, like threshold. Like it's a standard compressor, but it's nice that they include it. And yeah, I honestly think this is a great thing to have. It's unique. That's what's big about this, is the fact that you can get a new sound that not everyone has. I think it's definitely worth the money. And anyways, I'm going to move on to another one. I hope you guys think this one is as dope as I do. But yeah, let's move on. Okay, so now we have Percolate. I'm not going to actually demo this one, but I will talk about what it does. Essentially, what it does is it's for drum loops. If you were to download a drum loop or have a drum stem where you have kicks, snare, hats, perks all in one stem or one track, and you want to rebalance them, that's what this does. Is you can choose your EQ range for your snares, your hats, and your perks, and then boost them or cut them. As you can see, select your boost or cut between these two, and then change your quality, which is actually going to be your slope of your filter, I believe, on this. So super dope. I did test it out a bit earlier. I'm just not going to go through it again because it's not very noticeable, and it doesn't work on a master track. So like I said, I'm not going to go through all the details of everything, but this is super good and it comes with the pack. Definitely worth having. Okay, now we're on to Propane. This one is super, super dope. This is a mid-side panner, meaning you can adjust the pan of your mid and your side individually. So I'll show you what it does. This is super great for synths. Sometimes you have a synth where the lead is right in the middle, but it has weird side information that's only on one side. So when you try and pan and balance it, now the side's kind of centered, but your middle's kind of off to the side, and it's great for fixing that issue. So I'll show you what it does. So panning the mids, panning the sides. So this is just the sides. Just be aware, you won't be able to hear that if you're on like a mono system, like an old phone with a single speaker, but yeah. And so this is just the mids. This is just regular panning, but bring in the sides. You can get some crazy width going on. So yeah, I love this one. I think it's a unique thing, and I wish that was just built into more DAWs. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. But not much more to say than that other than a handy little easy tool. So this here is Ravage. I would love to show it to you in more depth. The problem is, look at what it does to my CPU, or my graphics, FL Studio. I don't know if it's a bridging issue. I don't know if it's a rendering issue. I don't know if it's a graphics issue. But like, it absolutely destroys my computer. It makes it so laggy. But it does sound great. So here's a quick preview before my computer starts on fire. So yeah, it does sound great, but it does take a toll on my computer. It might be a Mac issue. You might actually be fine on Windows. It sounds so good. I wish it worked better because it sounds great. The only issue is, yeah, so like it works fine when it's not pulled up on my screen. But it still has like a lot of like, you can hear it like dropping, like it has like latency and like crackles and stuff that aren't from the distortion. So that's a downside. So we're gonna move on from Ravage and go over to Renegade. This one is kind of similar to Evade. It's a almost like a Kickstarter, but it's got more drive to it. You'll see. I'll play it for you and you can see what I mean. Yeah, so not much to it. Basically just a Kickstarter or side chaining little simple tool. I like it. Very cool, but I don't know what I'd personally use it for. I think it'd be great for people who make electronic music, side chaining your bass, pushing your drums, making unique drum rhythms, things like that. Definitely a super cool idea. So worth getting in the bundle for sure. And finally, this came with the pack, the bundle. This is VoxBox. It's for vocals. I'm not going to go through it today, but I will do it in another video. So if it's something you're interested in, definitely like and subscribe to this. And I'll go into it in the next week video. But that was all I have for today. I do have more stuff upcoming from Plugin Boutique, more like awareness for bundles, cheap, valuable stuff that you would, as a producer, would want. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to take you into my outro now, and I will see you guys later. Okay, so you can see how many different plugins I got today for that price of like $40. It was worth something like $1,600 to buy regular. But if you look at how many we got and how quality they were, I definitely think it was worth it. And I think everyone should go invest if they're looking to like get good value for a little bit of money. Like I know when I first started out a few years ago, I didn't have that many plugins. I had nothing. And like just to be able to have side chains, like Kickstarters, like vocal effects, reverbs, distortions, compressors, and that everything that's in this video wasn't everything I got. This was just a large group of the stuff from the one brand, but I honestly got probably like 15 or 16, maybe even more plugins for that price of $40 Canadian. So for you Americans, you Europeans, anyone else that's using a better currency, it's even cheaper for you guys. So definitely worth getting. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to be doing more of these videos. I'm going to come back and do some stuff on my contact packs I got, some Ozone stuff. I'm going to always be talking about the best deals out right now for different plugins. So definitely make sure you stay up to date. Hit the subscribe wherever the fuck I'm going to put it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you like this, if you thought this was useful, go check out Plugin Boutique. I'll put a link down in the description. And honestly, right now they actually have a sale on iZotope stuff too. So if you're looking at getting mixing, mastering, vocal editing, podcast editing, now's the best time. Definitely go check it out. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys got something out of this video.